Simon & Schuster Audio presents Straying, a novel by Molly McCloskey. Read by Katie Beudert.
How do people do it, I used to wonder. Well, I learned. That sort of secret feels like an illness, the way the world slows to a crawl as though for your inspection. So much clarity and consequence. It was like enlightenment. It was like being in the truth, which is a funny thing to say about deceit. One afternoon, at the close of that sweltering summer, when Colley and I were still in our trance, I found myself traveling west with him by train. I say I found myself, not to suggest some condition of passivity. I was the one who insisted we make the journey. But because when I look back, I have the sense that I'd come suddenly to consciousness right there, on that bockety old orange and black train, as it made its clamorous way across the countryside. We were standing between carriages, jostled by the train's motion. A wheaten light streamed through the open window. Fresh air was flooding in too. The day's heat was fading to sweet residue. We braced ourselves against the wall, drinking bottles of cold beer and sharing a silk cut. Those were the days when no one minded if the air was fouled with smoke. The days when you could slide down the window in the door and hang your head out, happy as a dog. I pressed my lips to Colley's neck, which was cool and sticky. Colley was fair, and in the heat his skin got clammy as a baby's. Together we watched the country slide past in frames, the fields green and empty, or full of sheep who didn't stir when we whooshed by. Then, patches of weedy cracked tarmac surrounded by chain-link fences. Then the back gardens of houses, with their propped bikes, and their coal bunkers, and the flotsam of family life. And then all was green again. And there were cows where sheep had been, and a breaker's yard, and a bungalow sitting proud on a hill. We leaned out the window, and the wind whipped over our faces, and I felt as alive and unencumbered as if we'd hopped a boxcar. I was married at the time, but not to Colley. I found our old house, Eddie's and mine, on the internet not long ago. It's for sale. I track him on occasion through the vast electronic undergrowth, imagining who he'd be now if things had gone another way. The first time, I'd only meant to look around the neighborhood, to get a glimpse.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?